What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 here in the spring season of series number 14. Today we're driving around in our brand new Jaguar that we just unlocked in the last video, doing the Money Pit Street Racing Championship. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out after this video. But today we're going to be jumping in to our last seasonal championship, and that is the Past Gas Dirt Racing Championship. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Our car restriction is C-Class 600, and we have to use retro rally cars, and this will get us the 1970 Ford GT70. So go ahead and take a look over here. We'll jump over here rather and take a look at our races. So we've got circuit, scramble, sprint, whatever it is. All right, here we go. First one we're starting out with is the trail race rather, and up on the screen is our new tune sheet, and this is the 1992 Ford Escort RS Cosworth, and we'll see what this thing can do. So on that tune sheet will be the share code, the name of the tune, and name of the tuner. And I give you the name of the tune and name of the tuner, just in case the share code does change, which it can if the tuner does go in and modifies the current tune in any way, shape, or form, whether it be something as small as tire pressure, it will change that share code. So just be aware of that. If you can't find the share code or the tune from the share code, definitely just go look for it via the name of the tuner or name of the tune. So already up into second place, looking good in our Kazi. Gonna get up here and pass the Celica pretty easily as well. And just like that, we are up into first. Something to be aware of as well as we go through this championship is I'm going to be doing three different races, or three different cars for each of the races, and you do not have to do that. I do that just to show you guys different options that can be used, and stuff like that. So you can pick one car and use it for all three of the races and you'll be perfectly fine. So just be aware of that. I always forget to mention that before we get too far into the video, but just pick one car and you can do all three of the races with that. Something else to note is this is a championship event, so it doesn't necessarily mean you have to come in first place in each of the races. You just have to have more points than the drivatars at the end of the three races. So we'll take a look at that after we get through our first race on the leaderboard, but we'll be able to take a better look of it after we get through the second race, because we'll have 2 races worth of points on the leaderboard. Our turn. This thing is handling really well though. I will give you kind of a recommendation at the end of the races, whether, you know, which car I enjoyed driving the best or just thought was naturally just the best and maybe better for you. Most of the time it's kind of undeterminable, we'll say, because usually all three of the cars are, you know, good enough to where you could use any of them and have the same amount of success as you need to. I'm just not paying attention here. My cat is rubbing against my hands on my controller, and it's a little distracting. He wants all of the attention right now, apparently. I don't know if you guys heard his bell earlier in the video, or if that was during a cut, but he is right at my fingers and pushing against my triggers and all this other stuff. Like, he's an annoying little bugger sometimes. And then you give him the attention he wants and he like walks away like he wasn't just begging for it. But we're almost to the finish line on our first race. Man, these lower class races take so long. There we go. across the line in our Kazi. Like I said, that worked out pretty well. And as you can see here, for coming in first place, we got 20 points. So this is the race leaderboard. If I hit continue, this is the championship leaderboard. As you can see, we are ahead in the championship. We have 20 points in total as we move into race number 2. So I've got another car set up for that, and we'll go ahead and jump into that next race. Alright, here we go with race number 2, one of the scramble races, and we are jumping in to the 1992 Toyota Celica GT4 RC ST185. That is a mouthful. Man, look at our mud flaps. It's sticking so far out. We also have a snorkel on this, which isn't probably going to be too necessary in this race. It probably would have helped us out in last race. Just from a realism standpoint, going through the waters and stuff like that. This thing definitely feels a lot faster than the Cosworth did, but again, the Cosworth was in different kind of racing circumstances, so definitely a little bit of understeer here, which is fine. We're expecting that out of all-wheel drive. Just kind of learn how to drive it a little bit, but we're already up into second place, so we're looking good. Got another Celica up ahead of us, and a Celica right behind us. I've always loved this model of Celica. I really wish I could find one to buy, pretty cheap. But the GT4s are such nice cars. We're gonna go ahead and boot him out of the way. And with that, we're gonna take over first place pretty handily. See if we can maintain it. Man, that had a lot of understeer. I even tried pulling the e-brake through there. So just need to be wary of that. And as I said, if you're only using one car for each of these 3 races, you'll kind of get a feel for how they drive after like the first race. Kind of changing up cars doesn't give you that luxury. So, but yeah, so it just makes it easier just to use one car. Be able to just, fully maximize how you can drive that one car and learn how to drive it a little better. But we are looking good in the neighborhood as we run up this hill. We have 2 more laps to go after we cross the finish line. And I think what I'm going to do, just to keep this video from being more or longer than it needs to be, is I'm just going to skip towards the end of that final lap. Just so you guys don't sit here and watch me go around in circles 2 more times. And again, just keep this video a little more brief. So I'll see you guys as we approach the finish line on that last lap. Alright, we've got just this final little curve. I wish I would just make this 2 laps. This is such a long circuit for a C-Class car. I mean, 6 minutes for one event is a lot of time for one race inside of one event. So there we go. First place finish there, and we'll be able to take a better look at our points. So we can see we got 20 points, and we were 9 seconds ahead of the Drivatars. So, but we got 40 points in total on the championship now as we head into our final race. Looks like second and third are currently tied for 30. So we just have to make sure we get, more points than them, and we'll win the championship. So we'll go ahead and jump into our last car and into that last race. All right, here we go with our final race on top of the volcano, and we are jumping in to the 1980 Renault 5 Turbo. So we'll see what we can do in this. The tune sheet will be up on the screen for the Renault. See how it handles a strictly off-road circuit here. Already kind of bumping around into 6th. Up inside here. We're going to get around the other Renault and bump into the Celica. We're behind, I think it's the Pulsar, which would probably be another good option. Ford Racing Puma there as we pass into first place. So already up in the first, a little bit of aggressive driving, but it is what it is. Sometimes you've got to drive pretty aggressive against these Drivatars to have things kind of go your way. So up in the first place we go, and now it's just a matter of completing the next 2 laps to maintain this position. I'm going to skip towards the end of the race, but before we do, if you guys do have any other cars or tunes that do work out well for you, definitely go throw them into the Bomb Gaming Discord server. There's a link to that down below in the description. But inside that Discord server, there is a channel that is dedicated straight to Horizon 5 tunes for the festival playlist. So I always throw the tune sheets in there after I'm done editing the videos. But that doesn't mean that you've got to put yours in some kind of fancy format. If you've got a car and a share code, just put it in there as plain text. Because all that is to help other people out. So maybe not everybody has every single car I used in the video, or they're just starting out in Horizon 5, stuff like that. So we're just building a database, more or less, of helpful tips and cars and stuff like that for people can use on those events. But like I said, we'll go ahead and skip towards the end of this race, or the end of this lap, I guess. I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright, and our final turn into the finish line. We have quite a good lead on Drivatars again. So out of those 3 cars, I think the Celica was probably my favorite to drive. I think it was the fastest. Again, the situation of those races was a lot different. I would have preferred the Tesla, or not the Tesla, the Celica. But that's my opinion. All 3 of them worked out really well, but my suggestion would be the Celica if you've got it. So, but there's 20 more points. We were 8 seconds ahead of second place, but we'll get 60 points in total on the championship now, and that'll give us the win. And it'll also unlock that 1970 Ford GT70. But there we go. That is the Past Gas trial event here in the spring season of series number 14, and how you can unlock the 1970 Ford GT70. I hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 5 content just like this. If you've missed out on any of my other videos for this week, definitely go check them out on the channel. And I plan to have the seasonal PR stunts and weekly Forzathon challenge posted either today, being Thursday, or tomorrow morning, being Friday. So hope you guys do have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you in the next video.